Hello everyone, welcome back to Tackle Maths. If you're new here, we will be looking at mathematics and additional mathematics in this channel currently. So this week we are going to look at chapter 5, form 4, additional mathematics, indices and logarithm. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do to learn mathematics for free. I will be uploading weekly each chapter, and if you have any questions, please comment down in the comment section to know mathematics better, or also share with your friends if you haven't yet, so that they can understand maths for free. So we are going to have a look at two important terms in this chapter 5, which is going to be term 1 is indices and term 2 is logarithm. So what is this indices and logarithm? So exactly like plus, minus, division, multiplication. There's also and also we have previously looked on quadratic functions, quadratic equation, simultaneous equation. Similarly, if you haven't checked out yet that chapters in our videos, please have a look. This is something, a new terminology for you guys, which is indices and logarithm. So indices are power based. So for example, we have this here. Okay, so we will say that, as we have looked at, if you haven't watched the video of modern mathematics form 5 chapter 1, please do. But if you're a form 4 student, don't have to watch it, just watch this one. Okay, so this is called indices, and this is the base, and this is the indices or index number, or also known as power. You know, you have learned that this 2 to the power of 2. So this is the base here, and this is the indices, index on index number or power. Okay, so this is how indices work. Logarithm has the word log in it, where it takes the form like this, where this is the base here and this is the number. Again, always remember, base is something which is below. So always remember, the one in the bottom is going to be the base. So in the indices, the base is 2, which is below the number 5. So 2 is the base, and 5 is called the power or index number or indices. Okay, and logarithm is a new thing, because you have seen indices before, but you haven't know the proper terminology. But for logarithm, it's easy to identify because you will have to see the word log, and you can always find it in your calculator where we have the word log in it. Okay, so wait. So for example, if you see, this is the log here, but this log is with the base of 10 in the calculator. But when we can write log in any basis you want according to the question. So here in this example, I have written down log in the base of 3 of number 5. Okay, so this is how indices and logarithm works. Now we will start up with indices first. We will have a look at indices first. Then we will go to the logarithm. Okay? Okay. We are going to start up with indices. In indices, we will look at three laws. Laws means charade, three charade or um, important important parts. Okay, and I will show you an example, maybe a example that you always know. Let's say 2 to the power of 2. Okay, so the first law is, let's say 2 to the power of 2, and you are given to cube it or like do a power of it. So the way to solve this is simply multiply. Okay, whenever you see a base with the power or indices and they ask you to power again, always multiply the power up. Okay, so this is going to be 2 to the power of 6 because 2 times 3 is going to be 6. So for the rule here is multiply indices. Okay, remember not the base, because base is something which is usually below. So now we did not multiply the base, we multiplied these two things here. Okay, the second law is going to be when you see something like this. Okay, now before you solve this, always remember to make sure the base number are same. Okay, you have to make sure the bases are same. What does the same base mean? Okay, for example, here have a look. The base here is 3. Okay, the base here is also 3. So then this is checked because the bases are the same. If the bases are not same, you can't solve. Bases not same cannot be solved. Okay, you have to make sure the base number are same. So here we have another type of law, which is multiplication law. Now to solve this, you have to plus the upper part. So 8 plus 5 is 13. So here plus the indices, plus indices. Okay, so whenever you see multiplication in between the bases, you are going to plus the indices up. How about the third law? The final and third law is going to be for multiplication. Okay, again always remember, look at the base. Is the base same here? And if you look at the bases, we have 8 to the power of 4 and also 8 to the power of 2. So the bases are the same. So you can solve this. And as I said in the law 2, for multiplication you have to plus, and for division you have to minus the indices. So this is going to be 4 minus 2, simply 2. So minus the indices. Okay, these are the three laws in the indices. Again, let's have a look. For the for the for the power, when you power a already existing power or a base, you're going to times the number here to the number outside the bracket and you will get 6. Okay, multiplying indices. When you're doing multiplication or division, make sure the bases are the same before you start your process. So if you do the multiplication, it's going to be plus. How to remember? Remember like this. Times, if you invert it, it will become plus. So which means you have to plus the indices. For division, you have to minus because you have a minus sign in the division. Okay, that in that way you can remember or understand, actually remember how to do indices and logarithm. So let's have a look on example of indices on indices question now. Okay, now for example, let's say we have uh, 2 to the power of n plus 2, okay, divide by 8 to the power of 2n. Now we are going to solve this. Okay, how to solve? The first rule is always remember the bases should be same. How to make the bases same? See, you have 2 here and we have 8 here. Do you remember we used to do 2 to the power of 3 is 8. You know, in calculator we used to 2 to the power of 3 is 8. Can you see it? Yes. So which means with the 2 to the power of 3 you can form 8. So change the bases. Go step by step. Don't ever skip your steps. No problem if you do step by step. So we are going to put this 2 to the power of 3 in bracket and then 2n here. Okay. Why did I do that? Because we need to make sure the bases are same before we proceed to solving the question, and you're going to change the bases similar to the number you have the least, which is 2 here. You can't change 2 to 8, okay, but you can change 8 to 2. So 8 is 8 is actually similar to 2 to the power of 3. How to know? Try to calculate mentally. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. But 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So then you enter it in the bracket. Then times power it with the 2n which is outside it. Now try to solve this. Open up the bracket first before you solve it, and as I said just now, when you open up the bracket you have to multiply. So 3 times 2n is going to give you 6n, and now you have to solve this. How to solve this? You know, division has a minus sign, which means I have to minus this powers the 2 have here. So it's going to be n plus 2 minus 6n. Okay, 2n plus 2 minus 6n, which is simply going to be 2n minus 6n is negative 5n plus 2 here. We didn't do anything with the 2, and this is our answer here. Okay, so this is how you solve or simplify or whatever you want to call it, you can call, but always make sure you make the bases same, And how to make the bases same? You have to look for the smallest base and change the other bases to the smallest base. You need the bases to be same to do the calculation. Exactly like if you see in the, the fractions, you have to make sure the fraction numbers are same, the denominator is same before you proceed to plus or minus. Exactly same concept. You have to make sure the bases are same. Change the bases, show the step by step, and do slowly. You will reach it. Okay, we will have a look at the further examples or questions in the videos posted tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do, and thank you for watching. Bye.